Good morning, everybody. Derek Hotchkiss, Pioneer Spirit Properties here. It is March 1st, and as promised, I'm going to be presenting a different property each week during the month of March to celebrate the incoming spring season and offering some pretty steep discounts to move some of these properties. Excited to see who on the receiving end of this message is going to take advantage of this offer. So the first one I have to present to you this first week of March is on Beaver Lane in Bonanza, Oregon. This is a 5.01 acre lot. It's actually two adjoining lots, two 2.5 acre lots, which provide some pretty cool bonuses, if you will, that we'll talk about as we kind of get into the property overview here. Reduce the purchase price to $42,000 from almost $46,000. And over a $200 a month cut on the down payment and monthly payment. I think that's going to be key. I know these properties can get expensive, especially when they're not your primary, residence until you have it paid off and build your dream home or whatever. So for most people, it's a luxury, and hopefully bringing that monthly payment down just opens up the opportunity to more folks. So I'm going to move right along here, just give you an orientation. Some of you may already be familiar with the area, but if you're not, I'll give you a quick overview. These things, boxes, green boxes, are basically kind of focal points of interest, landmarks, etc. So of course the big one in Klamath County is Crater Lake National Park up here to the northwest, and then down to the southwest you have Klamath / Agency Lake. This northern finger is considered Agency Lake. Got a lot of properties in there too. We'll be running specials on this month. Highway 97 is the main north-south freeway in the area. It runs all the way down from California up to Washington. Klamath Falls is the largest population center in the area, about 20,000. That's where you're going to find, your major hospital, Home Depot, restaurant chains, etc. And then, of course, the Fremont-Wainema National Forest, 2 million acres of national forest, kind of runs all throughout here. The area we're going to zoom in on is Klamath Falls Forest Estates is the subdivision right here off Highway 140, about a 35-mile drive northeast from Klamath Falls, in between Beatty and Bonanza. And then of course you got Drews Road and Sprague River Highway that connect over here to 97 from the north, that handrails the Sprague River. Public access to the Sprague River, about a 12-minute drive from this property. So hopefully that helps frame the location. I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit and show you the satellite view. Again, this is Klamath Lake, Beaver Lane, where this property is located, is right here off Highway 140. And you can kind of dip down here, and here you see the California border just south of Klamath Falls. So pretty close in to our friends in the south. And now I'm just going to show some aerial drone footage of the area. Cool tunes there for you. I'll try to bring that down a little bit. So again, this is two parcels. There's the APNs, or the assessor parcel numbers, Beaver Lane and Bonanza. Looking west here, you've got the basin, some varied terrain here. Bly Mountain is the area. Highway 140 is running right through here in this little saddle. And then I did want to point out, this area was hit by the Golden Fire last summer. Mainly public lands, national forest land down here to the south that was hit. These two parcels were not affected. They're far enough north that they're nice and lush and green. I'm not going to show this whole video. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the ground looked like from just above it. Provides a little better picture than satellite maps and Google, etc. You can see beautiful area, evergreen stands throughout, heavily forested, great roads, etc. in here too. We'll keep moving along here. This is the satellite parcel view. So these are the two parcels, again about 2.5 acres each, side by side. The nice thing I'll talk about as we continue as well is just most of the properties in here are 2.25, 2.5, so getting two together to kind of expand your footprint a little bit is pretty cool. It also allowed you to build two primary dwellings, because the county sees them as two separate parcels. And then you got the national forest over here. That drone video I just showed you was actually taken just flying around this property here, so should still provide a pretty good framework for this parcel. So some of my favorite attributes of this property we've already hit on. The size You know, 5 acres is uncommon, especially in the middle of the division. You can see some of these larger properties on the perimeter. So that stands out. We talked about the National Forest here to the east and the north that you have access to just a short drive away. Very accessible. This is Highway 140, 2-lane country highway cutting right through the area. This property is just far enough off of that, and this isn't really heavily traveled, but you're not going to hear cars zipping by, but you're excuse me, still going to have great access to the property. It's got some pretty good views. I'll start clicking through some pictures here. So you can look down into the basin here. You know, if you were to take down a couple of more trees, you could really open that up, and that'd be a pretty awesome view from a cabin window, what have you. There's some natural build sites throughout here. Previous owner did cut in a little skid steer road, so it provides great access. And then you'll see, I think I have a kind of a shaky video here, but some of these natural clearings and where they felled some trees. So you got a bunch of options of where you want to start putting the structure, and that's just a gif of that view again. But pretty cool property, one of my favorites. And I want to share with you also some just comparable properties in the area, what they're going for. This is 5 1/4 acres, back lane, same subdivision, for $50,000. Again, these are cash prices. I pulled these off Zillow, so these are what are listed on the MLS for cash. $50K for cash for a little over 5 acres. This one's almost $70 for 3.8, but this one does have some utilities. And then another 5 1/4 acre lot. This one actually already sold for $40,000. Again, those are MLS cash prices. I'm offering owner financing with 0 interest for $42,000. Excuse me, if you do want to make a cash offer, you know, I'm willing to consider all cash offers as well. But again, a pretty good indicator of the deal, given that people are selling these properties for $50,000 cash, and I'm offering one for $42,000 with owner financing. I'll leave you here with some of the details. Again, this is just that title slide, but to give you an overview of the asking price and the monthly payments and what it was reduced from. And then there's my contact information. If you're receiving this video, we've probably already been in contact in one way or the other, as I'm only releasing this video to folks on my buyers list that we've had some contact with in the past. So feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to discuss this or any of our other properties. Thanks for watching. Have a great morning, and we'll talk to you real soon.